So here's I'm gonna explain how to make a lot of money very fast. You know, money is very good. We all want money, but sometimes we go, how does it happen? How do we get from zero to hero? How do we make $1 million really quickly? The first thing we need to consider, right, is time is money. All right. So the more time you get, the more money you get. There's actually a movie like this that actually covers that aspect of money. I don't remember what the name was, but the movie was Justin Timberlake starred in it, and the currency of that film was actually time. So what would happen was, instead of having like $1 million, you'd have like 100 years. And Justin Timberlake was kind of like a Robin Hood. You know, it was a real Robin Hood story. And that's shit. And that's how he glitch. That's how he was operating. That was his currency was fuck. This is glitching so hard. Shit. Fuck. Go back to normal. 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 Fuck. Anyway, his currency was time, and I think it's important for us to consider that time is the most valuable resource. It is the most precious thing. And without time, you have nothing, and without anything, what are you gonna do? There's not much to do without time or money. So back to money, ain't it funny? If you want to make a lot of money, the second thing you need to consider is really like the fundamentals. Okay, what are the fundamentals? Like the fundamentals of greed and fear, the human emotions. You gotta understand the human emotional complex, the human emotions that guide and distribute your energies and times. And energy is very real. Energy has a financial value, right? Energy is a financial product. It's something that you use. You actually use the energy of time. You use the energy that you have within your body, and you turn that into money, and then that money turns into energy. It's a cohesive process of redistribution and reallocation to the point where by the very end of all of that, you have what some would call a confused state of money, where it's energy and money. So yeah, anyway, I hope this I'm in a new game now. Hopefully it doesn't glitch out like the last one did. That was major bummer, major bad times. But this should good. All right. So back to the topic at hand. You know, the main thing, and why we have to consider, why are we considering money? What can money do for you? Well, again, the energy and the money and the process, all that stuff. But you have to invest. That's the main thing. You got to invest. And when you invest, all the rest is up to God, right? You put it in God's hands. Just pretty much what it comes down to is betting on yourself, betting big. You gamble and you pray that your gambles pay off, and then you let God decide if you're gonna have money or if you're gonna be funny. And the thing about, if you look at 99% of successful people, it's always just gambling, right? They go to Vegas. Everybody goes to Vegas, and some people win, some people lose, and that's not an allegory. That's a literal and a physical process that takes place actually in the world. Is every human goes to Las Vegas, Nevada, and they bet it all on red. And if it goes red, they're ahead, and if it doesn't, then they're out of luck. But it's the way it goes. Now, what are you going to do with your money once you get it? You've prayed real hard. You've put in the time. You've put in the work of putting it on red and praying really hard. You prayed so hard. You did the prayer equivalent of a good old, you know. Anyway, after all of that, what are you going to do with the money, all right? My first recommendation is to buy a drone, and then you can get some cool video clips with that drone, and you can buy a motorcycle. And a motorcycle, actually, you can drive it really fast. And when you're driving fast in your motorcycle, you'll think back to all the hard work you put in to get it. You'll be like, wow, I'm like the shit. I bet all on red. I prayed really well. I'm so good at prayer. You'll be like, I'm so good at praying to God in the process of my gambling addiction. I gotta change the radio station. Fuck.
This snowball earth place. A lifetime of giving to children, education, and parents. Coming up in just
Fuck.
about half an hour.
Fuck. Give me a second.
On the guitar off the album Jazz Ride.
Fine, I'll leave it at the... I had to leave it at the jazz station, which is currently in between... They're in between songs, but the classical station, which I was rotating with, is also doing a dialogue, so I'm just out of the luck.
Man of the Bongo, off of the album Africadelic, with the track.
All right, it's gonna be back. All right, that's good stuff. All right, so we got some music. The connection's not too hot. Shit. I think I've dropped this radio one too many times. You can't see it. The connection is just... The connection is not at a desirable level, unfortunately. But we make do. It's decent enough. It's decent enough. All right. What else do I have? A lot of things to say. Don't, we're really just getting started. It's a constant process of communication and communication and disclosure. It's a constant disclosure effort is really what this is right now. What is this right now? Like, what am I doing right now? The entire effort of this current dialogue, the audio that you're hearing right now, what's the purpose of it? And why is it happening? I'll tell you why it's happening. It's disclosure. It is the unending and ever-continuing disclosure of the realities of the situation. And when the realities stop and the situation becomes a vague mistake, that's when you know it's time to change the channel and breathe in the air, but we're just going at it. We're in a flow. This is, by the end of this video, for the 0 people that are watching, you will know 100% without a singular doubt. Doubt is impossible at such points. At this point, and the sense of doubt will be, it is 0% doubt and 100% certainty that millions of dollars will be made. Hundreds of energy points and time points, as discussed, will be directly converted into the account of the account holder. I take my share, you get yours. You know, while we're here, this is a great time to say, gotta subscribe. Gotta subscribe, gotta like the video. Make sure to become a paid subscriber to the weeklyo.substack.com. It's the place to be if you like supporting the coolest people on earth, and if you like the writings of the top minds of the United States. It's at times like these where we need to consider the get past the trivialities and look at the truths and uncover the secret motives that run our sad little brief experience. Part of that experience is going on a beep bop computery machine and looking at a screen and going through the motions of fake pixelated warfare. Hit marker. It's all part of the process. Millions of dollars, guys. Millions of dollars. Oh my god. 3 kills. A .33 KD. People in the comments will be saying, "Wow. I can't believe somebody would play that well and do such a good job of playing the game. Nobody's ever played the game as well." And that's why I live in the hills. The Beverly Hills. It's because of my skills here on the, I consider it the court. I consider it the basketball court. This is my LeBron James, Stephen Curry moment. By the way, Stephen Curry, his coach is, no, Stephen Curry. His coach is Steve Kerr. His coach's name is essentially what his nickname could have and would have been. Like, it's so similar. Steve Kerr, Stephen Curry. It's just the elongated, it's the elongated version of the same name. And people will bring this up from time to time. They'll say, this is, how did this happen? Why did this happen? And the answer is simple. The answer is out there. The answer is something that you can grab. It's something that you can find out. You can verify it for yourself. do your own research. Oh, I did my own research. I started looking into things. Did you find out that the Earth is flat? People who say they do their own research, their research is looking at somebody else's research. And they're not doing studies themselves. I mean, not likely. And if they are doing studies by themselves, then it's hard. It's rarely conclusive. A conclusive, no scope. It's hard to get anything conclusive, folks. Conclusivity is rare. Exclusivity is common. I just had the. I recall now in this moment. A moment during the Joe Rogan comedy special that recently came out. It came out the other day. And Joe Rogan, he said, "It's just jokes, folks." And that's just a great line. Unlikely is the possibility of it being forgotten by this commentator, by this here gent. You know, you know, it rhymes. Big fan of rhymes. Big fan of rhymes. I am. I wouldn't pretend otherwise. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't want anybody to be under the impression that I don't like rhymes. If somebody said, "Oh, you don't like rhymes," I would say, "Yes, I do. I do like rhymes. Rhymes are very good. Rhymes are very good." You know, the thing about rhymes, people don't really understand this when they first hear about it, is rhymes actually go back to the 20th century. And then you look back further and you go, rhymes actually go back to the 21st century. And how did I get 15 out of nowhere? I had 3 last time I checked, now I have 15. But, I mean, talking about rhymes, shit, and not making rhymes myself, it feels a bit hypocritical. I don't know. I just thought right now though, I recall a moment when, shit. I recall just now, shit. I went backpacking, right? And you know, when you're backpacking, you kind of feel stuck because you don't have access to things. You don't have access to internet, food. You don't have access to anything. Water. At times you don't have access to water. So I don't know if it's a very desirable situation. You pretty much just get to be a poor person for like an extremely impoverished person who doesn't have access to water or food or anything. And that's what backpacking is like. It's practice. It's good practice for if you're ever just totally homeless in the middle of the woods without any societal help. Society, it's a club. You look at society, you go, this group of people that are in some kind of a shared belief system, structure, you got roles, it's a big old role play. You go, who am I gonna be in this world, you know? You could be anybody you want. Anybody you want, you can be. Shh. I happen to be a professional gamer, essentially. I didn't choose for it to be this way, but it just my talent, my talent harassed the universe and forced itself onto me and, quite frankly, everyone else's experience of the game. A game changer is the expression used for what I would, it's the common expression for what I would describe as my experience. The attacker, I like them young, and seems to have killed me. What a username. What a username. I was thinking, reminds me of a famous pop singer, if you've heard him, Michael Jackson, of Jackson 5 fame, and later, of course, Thriller and Billie Jean, and then recently famous for, in my generation, you know, the Gen Z generation, I think he's would mainly be famous for dying early in our childhood. I recall I was in kindergarten at the time, so that was a big deal. And then his weirdness about his plastic surgeries and his high-pitched voice, and then what I've been getting to, what I've been kind of prefacing here for now a moment, is his he's known for pedophilia at this point. Wasn't really caught of it in the time he was alive, but then after he died, it was a long time ago at this point. It was 5 or 6 years ago, I suppose. And the documentary came out. I remember going, huh. Kind of messes up some of his songs. But that's the way it goes. Sometimes celebrities you like end up being a little bit different. Their uniqueness, and sometimes their strength, and at other times being a pedophile. No good to be a pedophile. It would have been hard for him to have a successful music career after that documentary came out. Well, let's see how long we've been going. 23 minutes. 24 minutes. I'll call it good. Thanks for watching. I'm glad that you learned a thing or two. Peace.